Less than a week after the government announced a refreshed board for Kāinga Ora, the public housing agency is facing more accusations of not looking after good tenants. Zane Small spoke to a woman in Waikato whose prized sports car was allegedly smashed up by her Kāinga Ora neighbour who is still living next door.
It was her pride and joy. But while away on holiday, Leslie McIlroy's beloved Nissan was allegedly smashed up by her neighbour. The vehicle was parked up outside her Kāinga Ora home in Morrinsville. Leslie confronted her neighbour. She says she was threatened and called the police.
The police did go and see her, and then they just left. And I was quite taken back. Why wasn't she taken away? Because she'd been outside, she'd been abusing me. She was saying she was going to smash my effing head in, and yet she was still there.
She's terrified in her own home.
Constant reminder, it's awful. I look out my window and she's right there.
Police told us a 59-year-old woman was charged with intentional damage. What would you have liked Kāinga Ora to do when you complained?
Perhaps turned up at my house, answered the phone, rang me back, acknowledged my emails, but none of that had happened.
In a statement, Kāinga Ora acknowledged it had received complaints and described the neighbour's behaviour as unacceptable. The housing agency said a warning was issued and it could move to end the neighbour's tenancy if the disruptive behaviour continues. It's been more than 3 months since the government instructed Kāinga Ora to take stronger measures against persistent antisocial behaviour by tenants. And Kāinga Ora told us it is doing that. It said frontline staff have been using tools available to them under the Residential Tenancies Act earlier and more frequently after changes were made to support that approach.
There should be more gratitude. People should be taking care of these homes. We've got cheaper rent, so we actually have a roof over our head. It's not our God-given right to have a beautiful, cheap accommodation. So I do feel that we should be more respectful and more grateful.
Zane joins us now. Kia ora, Zane. What will it mean for Kāinga Ora to have a refreshed board?
Well, Sam, today is the very first day of the refreshed Kāinga Ora board. I'm told they went through an induction process today. And I'm sure they'll be aware that in the letter of expectations released by the Housing Minister last week, it explicitly says they need to strengthen management of disruptive tenants. Now, looking at Leslie's case, Kāinga Ora told me they haven't been made aware of any issues since, but they said they will be keeping a close eye on the situation. It's worth noting that the neighbour was eventually arrested and charged and bailed to the address, but was told to have no contact with Leslie.